Now we come to understand the forces that drive the change in consumer behavior. What makes consumer change his behavior, which may be favoring you or which may not be favoring you. So these are the aspects which is there: environmental changes, social and cultural factors, better variety of products, and the media. Sub points are given. We will of course try and understand this. So environmental changes are like a rising personal disposable income. My income is growing, ability to spend more on something is going up. This may be the pre-COVID, post-COVID, we all are wondering facilities to finance the purchases. So there's so many places that it is so easy to buy, and a credit is available, prompt credit is available. Rural India is thriving, they are growing, their wealth is, they are now want to put into, they also want to enjoy life, etc. Social and culturally, like the global village is emerging, families are getting nuclearized, small and small family, lot of urbanization taking place, dual income household, many households there are more than one member earning, etc. This and similar such aspects are driving the change in consumer buyer behavior. Besides what we studied earlier, these are other factors that drive the change. Starts with the media boom. So many media access I have today, and I'm getting information, stimulus. Socio-cultural bondings are different now. Relationships are changing. Third is the corporate activity, products and promotions. Corporates have an access to so many medias to reach out to you and and meet you at your touch points, etc. Corporates believe in investing into social responsibility. Corporates believe in producing environment friendly goods, etc. Economic prosperity. So all around India's GDP growth and the rising income, disposable income availability of finance is really making a life change, which is prompting consumer behavior change. So one need to understand the forces. Now, application of consumer buyer behavior to strategic marketing. So through this graph, we will try to quickly understand this. You have consumer, an individual consumer here. You have environmental forces, various aspects that we have understood that determines his preferences, likes, dislikes, etc. While you release your marketing communication, various marketing strategies that you put into place, including influencing the consumer behavior, what happens is a consumer decision making gets facilitated, which is this, that gets facilitated, and that facilitation will lead to consumer response. Now, consumer response will be dependent on whether that facilitation is favorable or unfavorable towards you. If favorable, he will purchase a goods. If it's unfavorable, he will not buy. Both is a feedback to you. The marketer gets a feedback. So that feedback he can translate into modifying his strategy. On the other end, if he has purchased, etc., consumer gets a feedback which is a post-purchase feedback. So he will now determine whether his decision was right or wrong. And accordingly, he will talk to people and the society around. He will also question his decision at the time of disposal, whether he has a help available or whether he struggled to dispose his product when the expiry has come, etc. So now you understand that the consumer is constantly under the behavioral stress. He is constantly working within his frame of mind. His behaviors are the result of his frame of mind. Now that frame of mind is nothing but the science of strategic marketing. Marketers must understand what state of mind or what is the frame of mind consumer is in at the various stages. Is that frame of mind favoring him? If yes, fine, utilize it. If no, influence it, because frame of mind or frame of reference can be changed as through the marketing communication, etc. So you influence it, and when you influence towards you, at every stage you get a feedback. Feedback enables you to remodify product, remodify your strategy, tactics, etc. And at a consumer end, he also faces the challenges of validating his decision after he purchases it. So that stage also marketers need to be consciously monitoring. You probably cannot help him other way, but at least be with him, join him, support him if you can. So that's a strategic aspect of a consumer buying behavior application in marketing. Moving on, so we try to understand now this section little more in detail. Industrialization has led to the use of advertising. When industrialization, the introduction of machines and all have started, the production capability has multiplied. So you could produce more, but then you need to sell that more, sell that to whom? The people, the mass. Now, how to reach out to the masses? The advertising. Then came the competition started increasing. So when not only you, now others also started producing the same goods. So now the consumer end has a choice to buy your goods, to buy his goods. So what has happened? Your advertising and all was very USP specific, unique selling proposition, etc. So the consumers became very product oriented. They also started looking at product as a product, etc. However, this started changing when consumer had more than one, competition around. Few competitors started realizing that instead of pushing customers to, buy specific things, it is very critical for him to create a need in the mind of the consumer. He has to understand the need, develop a product that meets his need, then tell consumer, okay, I have a solution that meets your need, and then let consumer decide, let consumer pull. So that's where the whole science has changed to being a consumer centric approach to selling, which is nothing but a marketing comes into picture. So extensive research therefore is becoming a primary need of an hour. So research only can give you the idea about what is playing in the mind of consumer, because it's a behavioral, psychological, psychographic aspects. So, and believe me, within the same segment profile, the behavior of an individual may vary differently. There are two collegians, so your profile wise they are same age group, they may be doing MBA, etc., but the behavior will be different. What I'm trying to tell you. So marketers also need to therefore discover that to develop a new product, to develop a new communication, to develop a new marketing strategy, he needs to understand what is the major part of the consumer behavior, whether that is favoring or not favoring him, and accordingly, whether the challenge is to leverage existing positive behavioral connotation, or you have to influence and change that attitude or the consumer behavior favoring you. So those are the challenge marketeers will be able to handle. All other groundworks on the segmentation, targeting, etc., there also consumer behavior definitely helps. So we overall understood the application of a consumer buyer behavior in strategic marketing.